You act as if I'm not welcome.
You're not, particularly. Come on. Come on in.
I didn't expect you to freeze up on me, Dave. Your mother, well, that's a different story.
I don't mean it that way, Chad. Come on. Ma's back in the parlor. Hey, Ma, Chad's here.
Well, don't stand there. Come on in.
Well, Ma, did you change your mind?
Sit down, Chad. The Chad chair, Dave.
Here you are, Chad.
Thank you. It's awful dark in here. Why don't you light a lamp or something?
We got our reasons, ain't we, Ma?
Yeah, we got our reasons right enough. And the principal reason is this.
Jeepers, Ma, the way you hit him, you could have hurt him real bad.
I didn't do him no good. The piece of stove wood never done any more to a head than raise a lump on it.
What are we going to do with him now?
Tie him up, that's what.
He's sure going to be sore when he comes to.
What are you, anyhow, a man or a puling baby? Painted Horse Valley is our home, Dave. And whether Chad Remington likes it or not, we're going to protect it.
Nice people, my clients. But knowing Ma Buckley, how hard she'd worked all her days, how much she wanted to leave something to Dave so he wouldn't have to go through the agony and grief which had marked her life, I can't be too bitter. Although at the time I was bitter almost to the point of hatred.
Whoa!
Maybe, as Ma said, a piece of stove would never
Hello,
get any...
welcome to Randal and Associates. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Stephen Randal, owner and operator. I assume you're here for the position, correct? Hell yes, it's open. I can begin the interview if you're ready. I only have one question. Are you willing to kill people for money? Yes or no? That's good, but I need to be up front with you. You'll be pursuing high-risk bounties. Many of the targets are extremely dangerous. But with the high stakes comes increased rewards. There's cash for every bounty, and increased payment as you complete more contracts. There's quick money in bounties, but you can rapidly make a name for yourself, and a lot of people will be looking for payback. So, what's your decision? Are you still ready to pursue the bounties? Your first target is Tom Quigley, a former NCR Ranger who's rumored to be the best marksman in the Mojave. Apparently he contracted syphilis and steadily lost his fucking mind. Despite his abilities with a rifle, he was drummed out of the Rangers. He eventually turned to banditry and murder, taking great pleasure in sniping Brahmin caravans from afar. Quigley's crazy, but he's still damn lethal. He's usually camped out in the hills west of the old Poseidon gas station. Any questions?
Trying to start a fight with them sheep men, aren't you?
You're too smart for your own good, O'Bannon.
Good. Bring back Quigley's trigger finger as proof, and you'll get the bounty. Just don't get killed out there.
I'll get it.
Get up there, you!
Ma, he's getting away. He won't get far. I'll knock that poor flesh and medicine man right off.
Ma, don't let go of that rifle there, David. Oh, blasted Mark's bad enough going out to shoot sheep herders without shooting a friend behind his back.
That's better. Yeah. I guess you're right at that. I was just afraid he'd find Chad.
Out in the barn? Fine chance, tied up and all covered with hay. Come on, Ma. Mr. Churchill and the others will be waiting for us. If we're going to catch them sheepmen napping, we're going to have to do it before sunup.
While all this was happening, I finally came back to life, trussed like a turkey and covered with hay in the Buckley's barn. I couldn't figure out any way of getting loose until, wriggling around, I found I could make my fingers reach some matches in my pocket. I guess I got the idea from something I'd read, but I figured if I could strike a match or two and hold the flame under my ropes, I could burn them loose. And I managed to get hold of 3 matches. I struck one, held it just under my left wrist, and the next thing I knew, the hay was on fire. Smart lawyer, hey? Trussed up like a suckling pig on a barbecue and just about as hot. I thrashed around, tried everything I could, but The only thing I succeeded in doing was spreading the flames. Oh, my goose was cooking. So was I when the barn door opened and Cherokee rushed in.
Dad! Dad, you in here?
Cherokee, get out that bowie knife of yours. Come on, I'm tied up.
You're almost burned up. Come on, young fella. We've got to get out of here.
Cherokee, if you're sure of what you think you saw, we're in for it.
Well, then we're in for it, because those cow-headed ranchers have cut down trees, barricaded the paths, made a blasted fortress out of this valley.
Good grief, Cherokee. They've started. From the number of gun flashes I see, those sheepmen have got them outnumbered 5 to 1.
Keep going there, boy. Keep going.
Hey, Cherokee, look. Look, there's someone coming, riding away from there. Slow, fella. Oh, boy. Hold it! Rein up!
Who's that? Is that you, Remington? Really blue blazes, Chad. This is Mr. Churchill, the man who ran you out of the meeting.
It's awful down there.
Huh?
5 men shot already, and I was going to see if I could get some help. They must outnumber us 10 to 1. Hey, that bugle. What's that?
Chad, the colonel was good as his word. They got here. They got here.
Who got here?
The United States Army, that's who. I sent Cherokee over to see the colonel early this afternoon. Since they bought all this beef, they've got an interest in this valley, too. Come on, boys. We can still get in for the wind-up.
Chad, I guess there's no way of rightly telling you how I feel over what we done to you after all you done for us.
You don't have to apologize, Ma. Just so long as you've learned your lesson that the West and the open range doesn't all belong to you.
I think most of Ma's honoriness leaked out through the hole that sheep herder's bullet put through her arm, huh, Ma?
Yeah, sure ain't got my back up now.
Then, madam, may Dr. O'Bannon prescribe a dose of his genuine Cherokee Indian rattlesnake oil taken just before meals? Just so happens that I have a bottle with me. And I'll be very happy to sell you at a reduced price, a genuine bargain.
Pay cash for that hogwash? No, but I'll tell you what I'll do. So happens that I just have one bottle of that stuff I used to make, and I'll trade you.
Trading for that stuff? Not in your tin tie.
What's happened to you, Cherokee, turning down a deal like that?
Well, I'll tell you, Chad. I once saw an Indian who drank my stuff, and it bleached him out like an albino.
You don't expect us to believe that one, do you, Cherokee? Well, that's impossible.
Impossible? What's impossible about a redskin imbibing in some red eye and turning pale?
Why, even a school kid knows the answer to that one. It's an old copybook maxim. 2 reds don't make a white.
Frontier Town, starring Tex Chandler and featuring Wade Crosby, is a Bruce Ells production. Story and direction by Paul Franklin. Music written and played by Ivan Ditmars. Be sure to be with us again same time next week for another fine action-adventure story with your favorite young Western star, Tex Chandler. And now this is Bill Foreman telling you that Frontier Town came to you from Hollywood.
Greetings, citizen. We are soldiers of the NCR Republic, as you can see by our uniforms. I'm afraid that this building has a tax. People have to pay to enter it. 100 caps, we'll be on our way. Because the government says so. Well, we are. Now, are you going to pay the tax or not? Oh, fuck this. We'll just kill you and take your stuff.
Put on my hat and did my best, put my coat throughout my chest, and got right up and walked and walked and walked and walked and walked. One day that girl was by my side. We sat down on an ant hill, ye God, we nearly died. The ants, they crawled all over us, my girl jumped in the air. She said those fruits are biting me, but she would not tell me where. We got right up and walked and walked and walked and walked and walked. Began to scratch and stretch, but neither one could talk. Pulled off her hat and then her dress, everything else she had on, I guess, and got right up and walked and walked and walked and walked and walked.
Frontier Town. El Paso, Cheyenne, Calgary, Tombstone. Frontier Town. Here is the adventurous story of the early West, the tamed and the untamed. From the Pecos to Powder River, Dodge City to Poker Flat. These are the towns they fought to live in and lived to fight for. Teeming crucibles of pioneer freedom. Frontier Town!
You a courier? If so, this might be your lucky day. If you don't mind walking a bit. And your eyes are good. I think there's trouble in Nipton. No traffic from there on the roads. And while I can explain that away, the smoke from the town I can't. I'm sure it's been hit. What I need to know is if they survived it. Might be powder gangers with all that smoke in the air. If there's anybody left, they'd be in the Nipton Town Hall. Go there. Check it out. Let me know what you find. All right. Look at you. All fired up and ready to go. Wish the others around here had that kind of attitude. Listen, I don't want you getting killed for this. So if you head there and run into trouble, I'm asking for eyes and ears, not your life. All right?
It was only a few weeks ago that I had a letter from Colonel Winfield, an old friend of my father's who settled...
Mind yourself on the plank going down.
...my hometown in a place known as Varmint Valley. Colonel Winfield wrote that he needed help. Needed it bad. And to quote the old gentleman, the kind of help he needed might be legal, but probably otherwise. Well, it took Cherokee O'Bannon and myself about a day to get ready.
Caravan, citizen, pilgrim, or...
And it was while Cherokee and I were on the trail...
Just need something for the logbook. Keeping tabs on traffic throughout the outpost. Although mostly just in, not out these days. If you're looking for the commanding officer, he's in the back. Although, he's got a lot on his plate, so if you speak with him, keep it short. Also, if you need any gear checked... Help? He sort of runs things around here.
There's no one walking the face of this earth who's going to make me sell my ranch if I don't want it.
Well, you've been trying to sell your ranch for years.
Morning.
But now, just because someone wants to pay a decent price for both our places, you gotta go and act as if I were trying to euchre you out of something.
Hogwash. And I've taken all the hogwash from you, I'm going to take.
I was hoping there'd be more gambling.
Is that so?
Yeah, that's so. And if you know what's good for you, Trowbridge, you'll clear out of here.
Father, how can you talk that way to your oldest friend?
He's no friend of mine.
Looks like we got a new visitor in the old Brahmin pen. Not many people coming here in a hurry, only passing through. And if you're passing through, you picked a bad time. Road north has gone to hell, and if I let a caravan through, they won't make it. Hell. Now, look, I appreciate... You know what? Yes, I could use the help. You look like you can handle yourself. I need to get the caravans moving again. That means clearing a path north. There's too much crawling the asphalt up the road to allow it. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Because I want Ruth to start rounding up the cattle. Henry Trowbridge or not, I'm driving my herd to market so I don't have to stay around here and listen to all that caterwauling about selling our ranches.
But what about Chad Remington? I thought you wrote him to come up here.
Well, what about Chad? He'll get here when he gets here. And if we're gone, maybe he can take the few days to find out what's going on behind the scenes.
Well, fortunately, Cherokee and I got to the colonel's place before he had a chance to trail his herd to market. And between the colonel, Georgia, and Root, the ranch foreman, we finally dragged out the story of what had been going on.
That's about all I can tell you, Chad. This cattle broker, Big John Biggers, claims he represents some packing house that wants to buy both Henry Trowbridge's ranch and mine. And I know blame well the price they're offering for my ranch alone. It's so gall-blamed high, it just can't be honest.
Pardon my intrusion, Colonel Winfield, but haven't you heard the old expression about not looking a gift horse to teeth? Especially if the teeth are solid gold?
There's another old expression you ought to learn, Cherokee. The one about all is not gold that glistens.
Chad, the awful thing about this whole business is the fact that it's breaking up a 40-year friendship between Mr. Trowbridge and my father.
Yeah, I can imagine. Since Trowbridge is insisting that he wants to sell.
Well, why doesn't this packing house buy Trowbridge's place and let it go with that?
For the life of me, I don't understand. Big John just keeps saying it's both places or none.
Hey.
Isn't that so, Ruth?
Well, I saw Mr. Bigger in town last night and tried to argue with him for all the good it did. But it's just like the boss said, Mr. Remington. Either they sell both ranches together as one piece, or there ain't no deal.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about this thing, Root? Do you think the colonel ought to sell?
At that price, you ought to jump at it. Why, if it was me, they was...
Someone at the front door, Georgia. Go let him in.
Oh, don't bother, Miss Georgia. I'll let him in. Oh, hello, Mr. Trowbridge.
Howdy, Root. Is it all right if I come in?
It's Mr. Trowbridge, Dad. Come on in, Mr. Trowbridge, and meet Chad Remington.
New face in the outpost.
Colonel, I just couldn't eat my supper after what happened this morning.
What, caravan?
Well, coming over and apologizing.
Background? Just my luck. What'll it be this time? Take a look.
Well, Colonel, we've been old friends too long to be old fools now. Put her there.
If there's any apologizing to do, I'm going to do it.
Now, don't go starting another fight about who's going to apologize to whom.
Come on, Miss Trowbridge. Pull up a chair and sit down. You see, the colonel asked me up here, thinking perhaps I could help untangle this little mystery. And since both ranches are involved, well, I'm mighty glad you dropped in at the time you did.
Remington, you see, well, to be perfectly honest, I've been pretty hard pressed for money lately.
Money? Why didn't didn't you come over and ask me for what you needed?
But, Colonel, I just couldn't do that. 5 years ago, when Emma was so sick, just before she passed on, doctor in Randal High, I mortgaged my place to the bank. The loan's been past due 3 months now, and they're readying to close me out.
Why didn't you come and tell me, old Billy Boy?
I didn't need to when Big John come along and got offered. You see, that's why I was so set on making the deal, but it's all right, Colonel. I'm not going to try to force you into it, and, well, I feel better for having told you the truth.
How much do you owe that consumption?
Well, a little more than 4,000, but...
Trouble with you, Henry, and always has been. You're stubborn and good of you. Joseph, hand them a glass.
What are you up to anyhow, Colonel?
Open the safe. Giving Henry the money he needs to pay off the bank.
No, Colonel. I'm gonna know. I won't take it.
Good
No.
chickens you won't. And if you say one word about thanking me, I will run you out of here.
Yeah, but...
Now, here it is.